Welcome to Talking with Famous People. We're putting Margie on the spot. That's the title of this episode. We're going to take turns asking Margie questions about socionics, and she's going to give us short answers. Margie, if I'm talking about my demonstrative function, does that mean that I'm going to be good at using that or bad at using that for my personal gain?
Yes.
Good. Okay, perfect. Chad Crandall.
Okay, so I don't know squat about what order is what, but basically I want to know why the hell my Socionics description says I don't pay attention to my environment, whereas I am extremely OCD about my environment, and I want everything ordered and structured in my environment. It makes me sound like a slob, and I'm like the cleanest, most organized person I know.
I'll have to think about that. Is that short enough?
That's short enough, sure.
I would think, I'll tell you this. NI is linked to laziness. It's not really lazy, it's just in your head a lot. So that means you don't walk around too much. Does that make sense? So you're in your head a lot.
It says like LIEs tend to not pay much attention to their physical environment or immediate surroundings. They usually have little or no interest in the aesthetics of their environment. That's not true. They neglect matters of organization. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's crazy talk. Why is it so? I'm curious about that too, but I'm not gonna let us get derailed by any single question. Let's move forward.
It's Zachary's turn.
Zachary, you go.
Why do you like that?
So, according to Socionics, TE and NI would also be strong functions for me. How does that exactly work? Is that mostly unconscious or conscious?
Yeah, it's unconscious, conscious. If you look at the Socionics chart, it sort of explains it. What happens is when you're thinking of, let's say, TI stuff, you're in the back of your mind, you're constantly checking with TE to make sure, like, does this make objective sense? Yes. Okay, move on. It goes on, you think about these things privately in your mind. Also, like NI, you'll do the same thing. There are strong functions for you, but they're backing up number 1 and number 2.
Lorenz Walker, you got a question?
No.
Okay. INTP Red, you got a question?
Nope. Okay. It's your turn.
Tippy, you got a question? Nope. Okay, I'll ask a question.
Those swords behind you?
Behind me?
Me? Or me or Eric?
Chad.
This thing?
He's got swords.
There's swords, and that's a projector screen. Swords, projector screen.
Huh.
He likes to project his swords onto a screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I have a question
I don't
about...
know what IMTP Red's issue is right now, but they're going after me. I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, he keeps going after you. I was going to talk about it earlier.
I will give you a little input into him. He's an INTP who I typed yesterday. He's currently I believe he's a freshman in high school, maybe. So anyway, the question I have relates to the 8th function for me in MBTI numbering, the SE function. Can you explain to me how it is that I actually use SE? Is it more of a decision-making, a decisive thing, being SE, or is it more of a motivational thing for wanting power, as Socionics tends to describe it like that, and I don't tend to see it like that for me.
So SE is your role function. So that's your MBTI 8th function, is your role function. So
okay, role function.
Usually when you first meet people, you will be using this function. What you're really doing is you're hiding FI from others, because FI is their sensitive spot. That sounds wrong.
Oh, that sounds right.
So you don't want people to see that. So, for example, I'll use me for an example. My weak spot is TE. So I'll make sure that when I first meet people, I'll be very SI. I'll be very put together. My hair will be fixed. I will look perfect. But I'm really hiding the fact that, this thing over here is not so perfect. My life or my house or whatever it is, it's not so perfect. So you use it sort of to hide that one function. It's pretty much why. It's not for power. It's more because you feel like maybe you feel attacked in that area, or you don't want it to show so much. Is that too long?
No, I like that answer because it's about me. People like those kind of answers best. I want you to do the 8th function, though, of yourself. INFJ's 8th function.
Okay, yeah, that's SI.
Okay,
so
hold
yeah,
on.
I'll tell you how.
I'm sorry. Hold on. My bad. I skipped the line. I cut line. Chad, you go ahead and ask a question.
Hey, I'm still like, I don't relate to a lot of that. I mean, I personally, like, no, I don't. I can't personally relate to a weak SI. Like, if you call that SI looking your best, I dress to the nines.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not looking my best, but more... Okay, so SI in Socionics is a little different than MBTI. So it has to do with organization. It has to do with health.
But I'm still saying that's what you said you put forward, and you said that's my weakest, most removed function, and you said I use SI to look my best. I always look my best when I go out and meet people. I don't
You're right.
understand.
You're using SE though. That's what you're using. Is SE.
But what's the difference? I mean, they're still exuding the same quality.
SI is about there's different ways to say it. So SI, first of all, is about your bodily comfort. So an SI type will have like sweaters on all the time. They're always paying attention to that. You may go, for example, you might go outside and somebody might ask you like, "Where's your jacket?" And you won't think about those kinds of things because you don't have, as SI being your 7th function in MBTI. It's just not something that automatically clicks for you like other people.
I mean,
if Chad were a woman, would he wear uncomfortable heels?
Yes. Yes, because it's all about SE.
I don't understand this because you said if I walk outside without a jacket, I walk outside without a jacket because it's not cold.
Okay, but Chad, would you ever make the decision to not wear a jacket because it looks better without the jacket, even though you're a little chilly?
No, it's more like he doesn't think about it.
But I want to know the answer to that question. Chad, would you ever not wear the jacket because it looks better without the jacket, even though you know you're going to be a little chilly, but you think you're not going to be that cold?
Yeah, but I mean, that's the answer is yes to that question.
Okay,
But-
interesting.
Right,
I would never do that. I would never in a million
Will
years.
not.
I have to be reminded to try to not put on that that teddy bear jacket over my dress clothes, right? This is an interesting distinction in the way we think about it.
And
Yeah,
SI,
see, I'm definitely use SC. I'm not saying that. My question is very simple, and it's, you said that you want to look your best. Is it a different motive? Now are these functions becoming motives instead of
Right.
actually
No,
decision-making
it's like, okay.
processes?
so an SI Dom will, let's say they have to go out.
I'm talking
They're
about
going out of
workers.
town. Right. Okay, let's say an SI Dom wants to go out of town. They're going to make sure that they have an umbrella, they're going to have this, they're going to have that. They're going to be very organized when it comes to their bodily feeling well. They're going to know exactly what's going on with their body. As soon as they gain an ounce, they're paying attention to that kind of stuff. That's SI. They know their bodies. And SI adapts to their world. So it's cold, okay, I need a sweater, or SE adapts in a different way. SE won't really think about that. SE is like, oh, it's cold, it's just a passing thought. SI will make sure to bring water. SE will be like, yeah, I'll take care of that maybe.
I'll find water.
Bring water if they're going to go out.
I know all that. I understand that. But what I'm asking is, you said that you would meet somebody with, and you would do your hair and look your best. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So would I.
Right. So it's more like put together. I guess is the way. Not look my best. high heels and fancy clothes and stuff. But just look together.
Hide the
I just
fact
don't
that
wanna
you're dead
look-
inside. That kind of thing, right?
Sorry.
You hide the fact that you're dead inside, right?
Who's dead inside?
That would be the SI. It's a joke. God damn it.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a
I'm
joke.
sorry.
Okay,
It was funny though.
Okay, well, she's now FEing you, Zach. Your joke sucked, is what she's saying. Okay, but that still doesn't answer what I'm saying though. Is I
Yeah,
understand.
okay, I'm with Chad on this because I feel the same way, but I don't relate to what Eric says. I feel like I'm highly aware of how I come off, especially in public.
I'm not gonna like walk out of my house with my hair
Right.
like, you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be put together too. I'm not gonna go out in public and look like shit. I'm just
No,
not gonna
I
do
mean
that.
put together, like prepared. Okay, so let me talk about how I use my SI function, how I've noticed, right?
Okay.
So let's say, okay, remember an NI Dom is usually in their head, and if they're not in their head, you're in the other extreme. You're doing something very physical, like
I see.
I don't know what. There's almost like no in between. Remember, we're also weak with SI. So SI is about taking it easy, having wine, being comfortable. Those are SI sort of activities and definitions, right? Or definitions for SI.
Is that why I
Even
can't handle
helping
wine?
other people be comfortable. Even helping other people be comfortable. They're very aware of this. So the way I'll use it as my role functions, let's say I have a dinner party. I'll ask everybody, oh, how are you doing? Do you want a drink? And then, like, for the rest of the party, I totally ignore them. I'm not paying attention to them. And at the end of the party, when everybody's leaving, I'm like, oh, man, I did not ask anybody if they were comfortable or anything, you know, because that's just a not natural thing for me. You know, I want to,
Okay, so now
I'm going to be
really,
extroverting.
I'm really confused now because that sounds like an FE thing to me.
That sounds like an FE thing
No,
to me
it
too.
is, well, it is
Yeah.
related
And you're
to
not good at
FE.
FE now?
For me, it would be related. My SI would be related with FE because whenever you use your role function, your main function is off. So my NI is off. If I'm using SI, I'm SINE. I'll look like an ISFJ, you know?
Okay, well, I like this idea of the 8 and the 1 being on or off in contrast with one another, that they're exclusive of each other, because that resonates as true with me. That when I'm doing SE stuff, being, I guess, according to Socionics, control-oriented, then I'm focused on pushing my singular path on something. But whereas when I'm using NE, obviously I'm interested in finding new paths or discovering new ideas or new insights and stuff. So that resonates as true to me. Other simple people, does that resonate as true to them, that they're 1 and they're 8 in MBTI numbering, that they sort of are exclusive of each other, that when one's on, the other one's off?
Well, I don't really understand how FI would manifest in me as opposed to TI.
So when you first meet people, because remember, this is your role function. It comes on when you first meet people. So
Right.
you will come off as very, you're not going to come off very FE. You're going to come off more FI, which is more
Sensitive,
formal. Formal.
tender.
You're going to come off
Formal's a
more
good way to
formal.
put it. Yes,
Because,
formal's a good way to put it.
Because you don't want to, at the same time, you don't want to offend people because, you know, you do value FE. So you're not very comfortable with the intricacies of FE, so you will go to FI and just sort of play that role, you know, the safe role, kind of.
Deeply sensual.
So that would be your role function, but as you get to know somebody,
That goes out the
as
window.
you get to know those people, you know, your FE will come out. You'll be more gregarious and things like that.
Okay, so that's a good ending spot. I like that facial expression. I'm gonna try to catch that and make that the thumbnail of Zachary going. All right, thanks for watching Talking Fans, people.